Philadelphia, Joel Embiid shook off lingering pain in his right knee and had 30 points and 18 rebounds to lead Philadelphia over Detroit. Embiid remains hampered by a right knee that hasn't been right since he suffered a torn meniscus during last season's playoffs. The 76ers watched a 14-point edge evaporate in a loss to Brooklyn in the home opener. It almost happened again after former Villanova standout Saddiq Bey buried a three that pulled the Pistons to 101-94 and another that made it 103-97. Embiid countered with 4 free throws and buried a three-pointer from the top of the arc down the stretch that saved the Sixers. Bey led the Pistons with 19 points. The Pistons missed 10 of their first 12 shots and their first 7 threes and fell to 0-4. Tobias Harris scored 17 points and Maxey had 16 for the Sixers. Chicago, Kemba Walker scored 21 points, R.J. Barrett added 20 and the New York Knicks hung on to hand the Chicago Bulls their first loss of the season 104-103 on Thursday night. Julius Randle had 13 points and 16 rebounds. Derrick Rose came off New York's bench to score 12 points against his former team as the Knicks won their second straight and improved to 4-1. Chicago star Zach LaVine scored 25 points, despite playing with a torn ligament in his left thumb. The Bulls went on a 12-0 run in the final minutes to nearly tie the score in a game the Knicks seemingly had wrapped up. LaVine's dunk with 9.5 seconds left trimmed New York's lead to 1 point after the Knicks held a 104-91 advantage with 2:59 left. LaVine's thumb was taped up after he was injured Monday in Toronto. Randle missed a pair of free throws with 4.7 seconds left to give Chicago the final possession, but DeMar DeRozan missed a 15-foot pull-up shot as time ran out. Nikola Vucevic had 22 points and DeRozan added 20 points for Chicago, which fell to 4-1. The Bulls' 4-0 start was their best since 1996-97. Washington, Bradley Beal scored 27 points and Montrezl Harrell added 25 with 13 rebounds to lift Washington over Atlanta. The Wizards' 4-1 continued their impressive start under new coach Wes Unseld Jr. Winning this time without new point guard Spencer Dinwiddie, Washington rested Dinwiddie, who missed almost all of last season because of a knee injury, on the second night of a back-to-back. The Wizards were also without Daniel Gafford because of a thigh issue. The Hawks cut a 20-point second-half deficit to 5 in the fourth quarter, but Harrell dunked off a pass from Beal, and then a dunk by Beal made it 115-106. San Francisco, AP, Ja Morant made a driving layup with 57.9 seconds left and shined in Stephen Curry's home building once again, scoring 30 points as Memphis made it 2 straight thrilling overtime wins against Golden State. Curry wound up with 36 points, but missed 2 key three-pointers late in a rematch of the play-in game from 5 months ago that Memphis won 117-112 in OT on May 21 at Chase Center. Curry missed a three to end regulation, leaving the teams tied at 98, then another with 118 remaining in OT to finish 7 for 20 from deep in the Warriors' first loss following a 4-0 start. Desmond Bane scored 19 for the Grizzlies, who ended a 2-game skid and concluded their 4-game West Coast trip with a back-to-back following a 116-96 defeat at Portland on Wednesday night. Damian Lee added 14 points off the bench for Golden State. John Collins led Atlanta with 28 points on 14 of 16 shooting, and Trae Young added 15 points and 13 assists. Houston, Bojan Bogdanovic scored 19 points and 7 Utah players reached double figures in a win over Houston. Utah is off to its first 4-0 start since the 2006-07 season, joining Bogdanovich, Rudy Gobert 16, Jordan Clarkson 16, Donovan Mitchell 15, and Joe Ingles 14, Eric Paschall 13, and Hassan Whiteside 10, also scored in double figures for the Jazz. Christian Wood led Houston with 16 points and Jalen Green had 13 points on 3 of 16 shooting. He missed all 8 of his three-point attempts. Rockets rookie Alperen Sengun had 14 points. Houston's shooting struggled, particularly from behind the three-point line. The Rockets made just 9 of 44 from beyond the arc, just 20.5%. Dallas AP, Luka Doncic scored 10 of his game-high 25 points in the fourth quarter as Dallas beat San Antonio. The Mavericks went ahead to stay on Doncic alley-oop pass to Dwight Powell for the finish that made it 86-84 with 8:33 left. They stretched that to an 11-point gap by the time Doncic hit a step-back three-pointer about 3.5 minutes later. Jalen Brunson added 19 points for the Mavericks, while Dorian Finney-Smith had 14 and Maxi Kleber 12. They all had at least 3 three-pointers, the same as Doncic. Kleber also had 10 rebounds and 6 blocked shots. DeJounte Murray 23 points and 10 rebounds, and Jakob Poeltl 14 points and 13 rebounds, had double-doubles for the Spurs. Bryn Forbes had 15 points on 5 threes. Lonnie Walker IV, starting in place of the injured Doug McDermott, scored 14.